Hello and welcome to Chronically Cozy Business Chats. I'm Randy, your cozy business bestie. I'm a low energy business and content strategist, writer, and the founder of the Chronically Cozy Creators Club and Business Directory. I'm here to help you build a business that actually respects your energy limits. This podcast is a cozy space to talk about what it looks like to do business differently through honest chats with other chronically ill and neurodivergent entrepreneurs who are already out there doing the thing, and some solo episodes with yours truly where I share lessons from my 9+ years in building a business with chronic illness and ADHD. So make sure your coffee is hot, get cozy, and let's chat. Hello, Carla. I'm so glad you're here. This is so exciting. Thank you for joining me on our little cozy chat podcast.
Oh, thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes, and I heard you're coming from bed today.
I am in bed. This is how the chronic illness life is,
This is the chronically cozy style, right? Like sometimes we're from bed, sometimes we're from office, and
very cozy.
yeah, it's the flexibility that we need, right?
Yes, thank you
Yeah,
so much. I appreciate it.
100%. I love it. Um, Bummer that you're not feeling tops though,
That's
but like, gosh, isn't that just the way? I was feeling pretty down yesterday and I had to do that like reasoning with myself. I'm like, well, I could cancel things or I'll probably not feel great later either, so I'll just do it instead.
exactly. Exactly.
Right?
Yes, yes,
The
it doesn't
way.
matter because, and not only that, I think it's important in these moments to talk about this kind of stuff, you know.
And that's a big part of what I wanna do. I wanna normalize it all because, like, so many people with chronic illness, we feel like we're failing. We feel like we're doing something wrong because we have to do things differently.
I
But
know.
I think that it's like it is the new way of being. It is honestly, like, I think we're changing the way we approach work these days, and I like that.
Yes, you have to. If not, it could go the other way.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. I mean, we're dealing with too many of us are like so burnt out and
mm,
just struggling
yeah.
that like the whole system it needs to change. It's about time.
We're in 2026? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, right? It's about time we start to learn that not everybody works the same way and that sometimes accommodations are needed and that's not a failing. That is just what it
We
is.
don't want this.
I don't want this.
Yeah. I
Not at
mean,
all.
exactly.
I mean, I don't hate working from home or from bed, but I don't want to have to.
Right, well, especially when in pain. I
Yeah,
mean,
right? Oh, and it's so distracting too.
mhm, 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 it
So
is.
tell us about your business. What is it you do?
Okay, well, I am a chronically ill artist. So, and I take my artwork. I'm actually in 2 galleries right now, and some of my artwork I turn into wearable art and accessories. So, yeah, it's really fun. I absolutely love it. I could design from being in bed. I can, promote clearly, doing all the social media stuff from here, videos, etc. And so that's my outlet. It's always been a part of my background pre being diagnosed with CRPS. I had a business doing yoga outfits and blinging stuff and working with companies and doing their logos. And started in my garage on the floor and built this business, people coming to my home, blah, 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 just doing these events, loving life. And then sprained my right ankle. And then my journey, my life turned, single mom, 2 kids. And I had to go through treatment and procedures. And so I lost all that. And then in time, I had to tap into something. And a friend of mine's like, you need to paint. And I'm like, okay. And I started painting and something changed within me. It tapped into a place where I, I, I had pain, but it was like it wasn't present here. And it helped me so much soulfully and spiritually. I was like, oh my God. And then I just started submitting to different galleries around my area and I was getting accepted and I was in these shows. And I was like, oh my God, what is happening?
So
And I thought,
sad.
I have an illness, and people, they want to mark you as sick. They want to mark you as you're not able. And yes, a lot of my abilities have been taken away, but
Mhm.
not all my abilities. I mean, not be able to think and
Yeah.
create and, imagine and have hope.
Yeah.
I'm still me. I
Ah,
just have this. I
yeah.
acquired this. And from there in time, I missed kind of designing part, and I thought, oh my God. And I started thinking and finding out I could turn my stuff into wearable art. And I thought, how fun is that? Started painting jeans and having orders. And, it's not as grand as it was because I can't do events like I used to. I can't schlep around like I used to. And that's
Mhm.
okay. I'm finding different avenues to still find my happiness to create and, and make other people happy too.
Yeah.
And in the interim as well, I love to advocate for CRPS and chronic illness warriors. It's very important to me. So, just recently, I set up my account on TikTok, and the amount of people that it's just amazing how we're all connected
Yeah.
from one place to another. And so I just want to turn this pain into a purpose. And I know my journey isn't over. So I'm just right now, I'm like, I am going to be open to what's out there. And it could be good, it could be not so good, but you know, I have to try. I
Mhm.
want some happiness. I want to have a life,
Yes.
we all deserve that.
Yes.
And so I'm really touched by people and like meeting you and this connection. It's like, we are, we're still here, and we have a voice. And so
Yeah.
I think that's really important.
Yes, no, I love that. And it is so great to see like all the ways that we're connected. I mean, I hate to see what we all have in common, but I love the way that we're all connecting and like, at the risk of sounding just way too like overly gushy about it. It's so freaking inspiring to meet
Mhm.
everyone and
I
see the different ways that we're like building something beyond, what we thought that we would be able to do.
Exactly, and I don't feel so alone, and I know others don't feel so alone,
And
and
that's
that
so
just
important.
fills me up, even though the pain is so people don't get it until they either have it. I've had so many people in my life, they see me having these horrific spasms, being bedridden for days, going through depression and anxiety and
Mhm.
having to raise my kids and go through treatment and still smile and want to be
Yeah.
a part of society and find that way, and then still to be judged and still to be
No.
called, like you just like, damn, I think I'm pretty strong
Yeah.
to have to do all this. And I don't want to use the word failure, even though that has been told to me before. I feel like everything, all the procedures and treatments and medications, et cetera, that I've tried, it hasn't worked. And so my illness has progressed in both of my legs. So that's fairly new for me. The left leg also now being a part of the unwanted party of my body, you know, like go away. But it's like, no, I'm here to stay. And so, I just am like, I think we're so strong to have to maneuver and try to figure our way through things that you don't understand because you don't deal
Yeah.
with this level of stuff, And so for me, the little wins, like I have an opening. There's an art gallery I'm going to be in this weekend. There's the opening reception, and the theme of the art show is art for a cause. So I have a painting there. This is my third time being in this show. Sorry, it's a really important, and I'm so honored, and I'm like, my kids are gonna be there.
Aw.
They really have grown up with me having this illness, so they've seen my perseverance no matter if something none of it's worked, but they've seen it all, right? And then they
Yeah.
get to see their mom who has this be in this show that is so, and it's like, that's a
Yeah.
win.
Huge
I'll pat
win.
myself. That's a win, right?
Yeah. That's a huge win. And like, I mean, I always really hope that some of like the content that I make goes out to the people who don't have chronic illness as well, so that like maybe more of them can understand that like I mean, and definitely I want to break down the stereotypes of like that, we're all just lazy and we're all just like living off the system and blah 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 because like we're not. This is like the most determined and like active group I have ever been part of for a bunch of people who are like physically unable to really do. We are determined to do far more than most people. And just like for them to see that we're not just trying to like, you know, just be lazy. Like we're trying to do, we want to live. And also getting to be part of the system and to be paid for anything, that is not easy. That's not a thing we're all just like out here jumping into.
No, and I don't know, I guess I'm the type, like, it's kind of crazy to me that we would even have to fight for having a procedure or a
Yeah.
medication.
Yeah.
I mean, s- I know so many people that I've heard their stories, and it's so amazing to hear what people go through. And you go, and you just want a simple procedure or medication. And it's like,
Amazing and infuriating, right?
yeah, it really is. I mean, it's just, I don't get it. I just don't understand it. It's like we should have everybody should have the right to have
Mhm.
decent healthcare. I don't think it's
Yeah.
difficult. I really
Right?
don't. And it's hard for people that I've met that don't want to speak up about their condition or what they go through, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But they live in rural areas and they don't have the resources or the support. I'm so blessed to have my daughter living with me, my son near, um, and some people don't,
Yeah.
and they have to travel forever just to get something, or and then get denied.
Yes. Oh, the
I'm
amount of
like,
stories I've heard of people traveling like long distances to see specialists and then just like not getting
oh,
answers
I got
is
chills. Of I get so
oh.
why,
I'm like
why?
angry every
Mm,
day.
yes, girl, me too.
Every day, and it's not getting any better, like, the world is just getting worse and worse. It's just so upsetting,
We're in
and it's so, like,
2026. We should not have
frustrating to
this.
hear the way so many people are treated by
Or,
especially by professionals that are supposed to be helping us. It's
hello.
insane.
Yeah, my dad was a doctor. He's passed now, but he told me this was many years ago. And I'm a mature woman, so this is when I was a kid. But he said things are changing. Things are changing,
Are they?
and they did. And it's like, gosh, I don't get it. I
No,
I
but it's
I don't understand it. I think it is to me. I feel like it's a simple fix, but what do I know?
what do I
I'm just a patient of this shit I didn't want.
yeah.
You
We're
know?
all just, like, out here trying to survive with the hand we're dealt, and, like, on top of that, people are sitting here just knocking those fricking cards right out of our
Mhm.
hands.
I know, and it's like, and it's sad because, people that are more isolated and can't get the help, you
Uh-huh.
know, it's just heartbreaking because it's like, that's not fair. And we don't ask for much. I don't think
Yeah.
seeing a proper doctor who will actually listen and take care of you is a lot to ask for. I'm just saying,
A little bit of
So,
medical attention, that's all I want. Little bit of belief, little bit of validation, like, if you could just say, "Yeah, I believe you." Like,
right,
that
right.
goes so far.
Yes, because you wanna trust, right?
Yeah.
I remember when I first had my first, spinal stimulator put in, it was I've had 3, and it was horrific, horrific, and I've had procedures in the past even prior to this, and the minute he took it out, it was like a relief. Because first off, it never helped my pain. Secondly, it created more pain, and when he took it out, that pain went away, but I still have my pain. And
Mhm.
he looked at me and he said, "Oh," he goes, "You're my first failure."
Oh, thanks,
I
dude.
I crumbled, and I hobbled my little butt out of there, and I broke down and cried, never saw him again, and And years later, that was a long time ago, I said, shame on you. I think to myself, shame on you,
Yeah.
because how dare you make your patient feel that way? Not everybody is the same. You know that. So don't make me feel like that.
Oh my gosh, the not everybody is the same argument. Like that one is freaking driving me up the wall. Like, how do they possibly think that we're all going to handle all of the things the same all the time? Like, you're so educated, you have to know and understand that we're all very different. Biology works differently in all people. Like,
It's mind blowing to me. It really
mind
is.
blowing. Like this, like it feels to me sometimes like the most simple of concepts
Yes.
that
Yes.
like obviously a doctor should understand.
Correct.
I have a
Exactly.
freaking laundry list of doctors that I want to go back to and just give them like a piece of my mind if I could find if I
Mm,
find
I'm
you.
girl. I'm with you. I know.
And now
Oh,
I mean like and I know that like advocating for yourself is by far one of the hardest things to do,
mhm,
100% to be able to speak
yes,
up, especially in that moment to
yes,
somebody who has the power to
yes.
like over
Oh,
your
it's
medical
shocking.
treatment. And you have to deal with like, you have to speak up while you're dealing with that pain. It's
Yeah.
so hard.
Yeah. And it's
I get
shocking to hear.
vicious
Like you go,
now.
what? Like I remember, it brings me back, I exactly to his office. I was I was like shook, and I'm like, wow, you just made me feel so low and
Yeah.
so off. Like I went in, it was bad for a while for me, and it took me a while to find somebody else, and I did, and now through that happens, But I've learned, that I'm not going to take that anymore. I we try so hard, we give so much to fight, and thank goodness I have a great PA now.
Love that.
She's wonderful, and I keep telling her, "Don't you dare move. You better not leave this
I will
office."
follow you.
Yes, I've been through 4 doctors in this office. She's the PA, but I told her, I'm like, "Oh God," so it makes me nervous because
No.
it's so hard to meet somebody that actually listens and cares, and it's really sad. Oh,
Yeah, it's just like on top of everything else we have to deal with, it's just not the thing. And
no.
like the thing we all have in common is we've all dealt with medical gaslighting, we've all dealt with a bit
Oh,
of medical trauma,
mhm,
and it's just not okay. We need the
mm-mm.
system to change.
Right, exactly. And the thing is, like, your life and what you go through is different from mine.
Yeah.
Like before I was 17 years old, I had like 6 surgeries. And one when I was 10 years old, I had which is a rare chronic illness called pyloric stenosis. And I had stomach surgery. And my theory is after that, I had some chronic issues with my sinuses, but I think because okay, well, this is kind of a weird story short, but
Yeah.
long story, later on in life, I found out that they cut a piece of my stomach out and moved my stomach over for no reason. When I was 10, when I had the stomach surgery, I know, I know. I'm still shocked. I just found out like it was like 5 years ago I found this out. I was like, what? But my theory is for my situation is because that happened and they mess with my gut. I think that's why I've had over the years a hard time fighting things because I was compromised. And
Yeah.
that's my theory. And so that's what I've gone through, but somebody else, like all these other warriors that I've met, each of their stories, we are so different because certain things have happened to us or you know what I mean? Like it's like
Yeah.
I can't take medications because it makes me very sick. Well, because my stomach is not where it should be and
Yeah.
this and that. And where others somebody else could take medication and might feel a little relief or something, but it doesn't work for me. Well,
Yeah.
that makes us 2 different people, So the theory of people reacting and we're all different, yes, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, and people love to give out that like generalized advice too. The like, have you tried yoga? Have you tried drinking more water? Have you tried changing your diet? Like, get hot. I'm so over it. Like
I
I
know.
I mean, I respond very viciously now. I'm
Do
not
you?
nice about it anymore. Like if people try to give me like unsolicited advice or dismiss what I have going on or try to tell me that maybe it's
Yes.
something else, like I'm pretty
mean and straightforward about it. And some people are like, whoa, like you don't have to be. And I'm like, I do though. I do. Because if I said that nicely, you wouldn't listen. And then you're
That's
going to go to the next person and you're going to say it. And that next person might have dealt with more shit than I've dealt with.
mhm, mhm,
And if I
mhm.
can prevent you from saying this shit again,
Yeah,
I'm going
because
to
it's
scream it at you.
I know, because it's ignorance. It really is. I mean, a lot of times I get so tired because people judge. They look at you,
Mhm.
me, and then immediately, oh, well, what do you think? I should have stay in bed and like have greasy hair and no tea. I mean, what do you want from me?
Yeah. The image that people have of like what a chronically ill person should look like
I
is mind blowing. And like the amount of times I've had to try to explain to people, I'm like, no, no, I know you can't see that I'm sick because all of the sick is inside.
Mhm,
I
mhm,
still look
mhm.
good, darling. Like,
Hello. Let's not
I
get
mean, I
that
don't wear
wrong.
bras anymore very often, but I still like
I don't
look.
have one on now.
I look good, and
Yes,
everybody, like, because of that, they don't
I
believe
know.
it.
Or because
Or,
we smile.
people who have dynamic disabilities as well. Like, I'm the kind of person that I'll go from like bedridden one day to like up and doing the next day. Just depends on how my joints have shifted that day and how
Exactly.
all of the, stars
Well,
are
and our
lining up.
moods and how we feel. Sometimes
Yeah.
I get dressed and put some makeup on just because it makes me feel a little better.
Yeah.
I might not be going anywhere, but it's just a feel good thing because it's the little things sometimes. Just putting on your favorite shirt or your, whatever it is. I mean, we have to because it's very difficult, the pain to get through. And we
Yeah.
need the things, music, arts, whatever it is, your hobby that you can do in bed, your animals, because we need to pull from the
Yeah.
strengths that we have because like right now it is. I mean, I'm like probably at 8, 9 tinkering right now on my leg, and but I'm here, and I'm talking to you, and we're talking about this. We're
Yeah.
spreading awareness, and that's a
And no one
beautiful thing.
understands how we're able to do that because we're not actually given the choice most of the time. Like, yeah, obviously we could reschedule this for surezies, but that doesn't mean that we're gonna feel good the next time it's rescheduled to.
Exactly.
Chances
Exactly.
are good I'm still gonna feel shitty. So like I have to push through. And then
Right.
like on top of that, now we have like the whole I don't know, it's a very woo-woo style of thing. Like everybody's all about the rest these days. And I love them for it. I love that we are acknowledging that the body needs rest, but also we need to acknowledge that not all of us recover with rest. We're probably still going to be tired. I can sleep at like I had 9 hours worth of sleep last night. I could probably go back to bed right now
Right.
because my body's
Yes.
dealing with so many different things. It's
Oh,
always
oh,
exhausted.
it is, and the fatigue that comes with it,
Yeah,
and then the thoughts, and, I play this game in my head, like, wanting to accomplish things a day, like,
yeah,
whatever it is, and then because, like, the situation now, like, "Oh my god, okay, so I gotta am I gonna be able to do this? Da, da," and I
yeah,
put some pressure on myself, so then I have to take a breath. I'm like and my daughter always checks me. She's like, "Mom, it's okay.
yeah.
You're doing good. Take a moment, okay?" And I'm like,
Caregivers, caregivers,
"Rough."
love them.
I know. And she's 21 and she's like such a so I'm like, "You're right." And I'm like, take a breath, take a
Yeah.
breath, take a moment. It's okay,
I always like when I'm giving people advice on like how they're running their business and stuff, I always
Yeah.
talk about pacing and I always apologize that I have to talk about pacing because yeah, pacing yourself is going to be the thing that helps, but also it's super annoying. People don't
Mhm.
understand that like in no way shape or form do I want to move at this pace.
I know. No.
I want things to happen faster.
Right.
I
Right.
wanna be able to do things. I wanna be able to go out and do
Yes.
multiple things a day.
I know.
But if
I
I can
know.
manage, like, grocery shopping in a day,
It's a big
win-win.
deal. It's a
Yeah,
big deal. It's a big deal, and as my illness progresses, I'm not able to do as much anymore. My daughter has to take me places more, and so that can really mess with me and get me down too. Because it's like
Yeah.
then I feel this urgency to I got to do more. Oh my god, my time is almost up. Like, like how much time do I have left? Oh, and
Yeah.
it's like it's scary. It can be
Which
very
brings up
scary.
that whole, like, other thing that people don't talk about enough is, like, the connection between mental health and chronic illness. Like, so many people, I mean, like, literally every person I've talked to has had their chronic illness blamed on anxiety. But no one ever seems to acknowledge that, like, the chronic illness is causing the anxiety. Yes, I'm
Yes.
anxious. How could I not be? I don't know how I'm going to feel day to day or even like hour to hour. I don't know if it's going to hit me later that my neck is going to shift and I'm going to have a massive migraine. Like,
My god.
you just don't know. We can't
Mhm.
plan for shit. Like, it's so difficult. Of course, I'm anxious. And if
Hello.
you're also doing this and not depressed at least a little bit, like,
Hello. Yeah,
send
I
me your
know.
doctor's name
Yeah, I'm
because
with
whatever
you.
you're taking is
Yeah,
better.
exactly. No, I'm with you. That's exactly it.
If you make it through chronic illness without a mental illness struggle.
Oh, I, I haven't
I've
met
never
one.
met someone who's done
Yeah,
that.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've never met
That's
anybody,
not real. You can't.
and it triggers for me and probably you as well and other people. Like I get flashes sometimes of things that situations I've been in, being carried out of an auditorium, being carried out of, like in front of strangers, my leg is going like this. And, like, I and I'm like, oh my God, like, and I'm like, okay, yes,
No
you,
one ever fully sees what all we lose.
no,
Not only do we lose our ability to like just function, but we also lose our sanity. We lose our dignity when we have to deal with stuff like that. We lose so much.
yeah,
And it's
yeah,
not just like we're giving up on it. It is being
yeah,
taken away from us systematically by
exactly.
our own bodies.
Bodies.
Yeah.
I know. That's why I talk to my body every day. I'm like, have you taken you're pretty good. Like, come on. Get it together. Like, hello. Why? And I meditate. I just do stretching. I
Mhm.
use visualization. I've journaled. I
Yeah.
d- 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 ba- da- da- ba- da- 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 da. And you're just like, okay, okay, all right,
But
and
none
there's
of us are just sitting here dealing with it. We're all
Mm.
trying all of the things.
Yes.
But the reality is that the things that help healthy people feel a little bit better don't fix us. These
No,
are not cures for us. They're going to maybe help manage a little bit if
right.
possible, but
Right.
there's also going to be things in the way of that. Like doing yoga as a chronically ill person, super not easy.
No, 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 and because
Exercising as a chronically ill person,
it's
damn near impossible.
it
Like,
really is. I was a very active person. I did boxing fitness. I used to
oh,
do all
yeah,
kinds of things, and now because of the progression, I was just telling my daughter, like, I still mourn my life of certain things, because it's not it's not fair,
yeah,
and when you're trying and you're trying and you're trying, and then you're still getting pain, it's just
yeah.
and you're like, okay, okay, I think I'm doing all the things, but at the end of the day, it is there are conditions and illnesses that are brutal, and no matter what you can do the best you can, and that's what we do, you know.
Well, my favorite truth and threat is anyone can become disabled at any time.
Facts.
So we need to learn how to be better about it, how to treat people with disabilities and with chronic illnesses, because it can happen to anyone.
Yes. And
You can eat right, you can move, you can do all of the things, take all the supplements you want. If it's in you, it's in you, and you can't do shit about it.
exactly.
And like,
Exactly.
I know that like there's so many people that are absolutely not ready for that conversation because it terrifies them, but it's the
Yes.
truth. It is our
Yes.
reality.
Yes, I sprained my ankle, my right ankle in a bounce house, and I've had so many people, they're like, oh my God, I'm so afraid I'm gonna, if I sprain, I think about you, like, I don't want to go through that. And and
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want you to go through that either.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
But if
want me
you
to go
are
through.
going to, you're going to, no matter what you do.
Yeah, I
And, like,
mean,
I know that a lot of people, some people take that as, like, I need to live my life because it could happen at any time. Some people go the opposite direction. They get real
right,
protective of themselves.
right.
They
Yeah,
wanna avoid that. I
right.
can't say which one's right. You gotta do
Nope,
you.
that's right.
But, like, you
Yeah,
have to understand that health is not guaranteed,
that's right.
and so many
Absolutely.
people miss that.
Absolutely. Yes. And all you can do is the best you can do and be. And everybody is different. Everybody
Yeah.
handles things differently. And there are so many people that I know that have multiple chronic illnesses. They're dealing with several.
Oh my gosh, like, that's one thing that I've really, like, I mean, I knew it, but now I see it, like, creating this community. Like, first of all, I started working with chronically ill people because that was my main focus.
Oh,
And then I
gotcha.
started to learn more about my neurodivergent side, and so I added that in there, not
Right.
even realizing just how many of us deal with both. Like, it's
Yes.
crazy, the intersectionality of it is insane the way it happens, and, like, also the amount of people that get one chronic illness that also, like, leads to a whole
Ah,
bunch of others. It's so
mhm.
crazy.
Yes.
All of that being said, I wanna back up to something you
Okay.
said before I
Okay.
lose it in my brain.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
were
Yeah. Yeah.
talking about the art therapy side of it, and
Yes.
one of the first podcasts I did, if anyone wants to go check it out, it's up on my YouTube. One of the first ones I did was with somebody who, like, that's what she does, was art therapy.
Oh.
So, I wanted to talk about that for a second and, like, how the art
Mm,
makes you feel better.
absolutely. Well, it's like if I have a blank canvas or even something that has had something on it, I never finished it. You know, the minute I take my brush and put it to paint and start putting it to the
Yeah,
canvas, it's like a release of emotion. It's like it opens up my thoughts, my imagination,
yeah,
my expression, my fear, my anger, my sadness.
yeah.
And I'm not doing it for anybody. I'm
Yeah,
doing it for myself.
that's huge.
No pressure.
Yeah,
Well, sometimes there's pressure when you're doing something, but like just when you're doing free, like letting go, it's a
mhm,
release of like, like it's just, and sometimes depending on what the mood I'm in, what kind of music I listen to, I'm a big rock and roll chick. So, I'll put on some music and it's just like releasing that
yeah.
anger, that feeling. And then I look down and guess what? I see something beautiful.
That's so beautiful. If magic isn't like, if art isn't legit magic, I don't know what is.
Yeah,
Art
I
is
agree.
so healing and
Yes.
so just, like, the amount of things that it can do for us
Hmm.
is so crazy, and, like, I'm more of a crafter than, like, an artist. I like to build things with my hands and make little things and
I love
everything,
it.
and it
Yeah.
just, like, as soon as I get into it, same thing, it just, like, clears
Yes.
the mind, like, takes
Yes.
all of your thought and pushes it to it,
You're using your hand,
and
you're using your thoughts. Yeah.
it's so interesting because I think that, like, so I've got my, like, cozy directory. By far, the, like, most populated category there is the artists. So many
Oh,
artists!
I
And,
love
like,
it.
I even had to split up, like, we've got the artists, and then we have the people who are making things like stickers and stationery, who are
Yeah.
still artists, who
Oh,
all still describe
well,
themselves as
that's good.
artists.
But
I only
yeah,
split them up just to give them their own little home and category so
right.
they could get their own attention.
But they're still designing. Yeah.
But by far, the most of us are
Isn't
artists,
isn't
and
that
we're
some
creatives in some way. And,
yes.
like, I think it is because of the, like, healing power of it.
Absolutely. I believe 1,000%. We need that. We need it in our lives because it's
Yes.
something that's our own. It's something that
Yeah,
we could say, I did that.
yeah,
And I don't care if XYZ doesn't like it. it doesn't matter. I didn't do it
Yeah.
for you. I did it for myself. And it
Yes.
fills me up with like feeling almost normal.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it fills me spiritually and soulfully that all of that seems to be stripped away with the pain and everything that comes with it. And you go, "Okay. All right, I'm still here. I'm still here. I still have the creativity. I still have the juices." And then when somebody just recognizes you or says, "Hey, that's great. It's just a good feeling." And that's so healing within itself,
Yeah.
and it leads to other things. So,
Yeah.
I love the arts, music, everything. I just think it's a beautiful thing, and we'll always need it because no matter what situation you're in, when you're sad or whatever, depressed, it'll lift you up.
We need more art in the world,
It's
more
natural
pretty things.
medicine.
By far. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's so beautiful the way it, like, helps so many
Yes.
people. And I've talked to a lot of people lately who are very burnt out. And by far the one thing, like, we have all found that helps the most is making that time to do those things that bring us that joy, that bring us that little bit of relief, that take us out of ourselves for a little bit. Those
Absolutely.
cozy hobbies and fun things that we do.
Yes, yes, we're still here. We
Yeah,
still want to feel, we still want to express ourselves, especially when you're creative, no matter what it is.
yeah.
We need that in our lives. It gets our juices going. And I did go flat for a while, for a couple months, and I was like, what's going on? I just can't like seem to, and then just, looking at certain things or just lately I've been sitting outside and looking at some nature and I'm like, I think it's time. And sometimes that's okay to have those lulls. It's
Take
almost for me
breaks.
like a growth period for me about myself. And
Yeah.
then all of a sudden the ebb and flow of that. And that's sort of life, you
Yeah,
know?
that's exactly it. Yeah, no, I think that, like, of all the things that are gonna heal us, it's definitely the creativity and the art. I've talked to so many people who are, like, writers and music creators and all of those other, like, forms of art too, and it's all just, like, that form of self-expression, that way that we can get out and, like, on top of that, which brings me to my next topic, is that connection, that
Uh,
community, which was something that you were saying as well, and that was the main reason why I started doing a lot of this. Like, I
uh,
went into this to, like, I started as a content writer, and then I realized that people needed a little bit more help with, like, business strategy and content strategy and stuff. And then I started talking to more people, and I was like, the thing we all need is community. Like, as
yes.
much as I can help you with your business, I think the thing that, I do that helps more people than anything is creating the community and
Uh,
making the connections. You and I met through one of our, Cozy Coffee collabs.
yes. Yes.
I love doing those, they're so much fun. I love talking to everybody about, like, what they're doing and, like, just being, like, the catalyst for, like, all of these connections is
I
so much fun, and creating this
love it.
community has just been, like, the
Yes.
most healing thing for
Oh,
me personally,
that,
because
that.
we need it, we need that connection, and we need to know that we're not alone.
Yes, exactly, and that's why I appreciate people like you because I don't know if I could do, like, what you're doing right now, like, starting something like that, that's huge, and so when I found you, I think it was on Threads, and I was like, I gotta get involved somehow with this and meet her," and when I so it does because it just leads to other things, and, like, meeting you and having this conversation even though right now with my I go, "Wow, this is amazing." Like,
Yeah.
this is meaningful, and you know, this is really cool, and,
These
I
are
can
the
smile and
connections we're
say,
craving.
"Yeah, yes, yes, yes." Yeah, because it is such a hard time, and you even with the business and right now,
Mhm.
just the way things are, it's incredibly difficult.
Yeah.
Because we're saturated with so many other things
Mhm.
that nobody at this right now, which I understand, really want a blanket or,
Yeah.
they're looking for other things right now. So, but the hope is alive, and I think that doing things like this and speaking up and out and talking about it is healthy
Yeah.
and can hopefully for the both of us grow as people and
Mhm.
connect with others, and get through this, because we're
Yeah.
not alone.
That's all I really want is to see everyone to grow.
Yeah.
And I honestly believe that like we're only going to grow if we do it together.
Yes.
Because yeah, we're not that strong. We struggle. But there's a lot of us. And if we can pull each other up, we'd make a really slow but very intimidating army.
I was just thinking of the same words. Oh my God. Yes,
The slowest, most
exactly.
hobbly army,
I
but like
know.
we're gonna fucking there's a lot of us. We have
As long
power
as we
in
get
numbers.
there, right? As long as we get there, because then we can
Yeah.
all lift each other up and, be the person behind the wheelchair pushing somebody else or
Yeah.
helping arm in arm with somebody,
Exactly.
and so, okay, so I need you to always like do something. So we're always doing something.
Oh my gosh, should I change the name of the Chronically Cozy Creators Club to the Creators Army?
Yeah. Whoop, whoop. Hey.
I did
Love
I
it.
did contemplate forming a mob the other day because like not only do we deal with like, shit ton of medical gaslighting and everything like that, but as creators putting our stuff out there, we're also just dealing with so many people stealing from us and they think they can get away with it because we're going to be quiet and vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
I sent a post to my group the other day. I was like, "Hey, y'all, like check this person out stealing crap from us. Somebody else
Wow.
in our community." And got a lot of like show of support. People were also feeling that felt really icky and stuff. So like, and then I was like, "Would it be inadvisable to start a mob because might start a new account?" Your little Dumbledore's army going on, like, everyone can sign a sheet where
I'm dying. Oh my gosh.
I know, is it not like the best image to think of just like
I am.
all of us with our like mobility aids and stuff
I'm dying.
shaking our
Oh,
walkers?
I'm dying. I have my grandfather's cane that I always use, so it's very apropos. Oh my God, I'm dying.
Everyone in
Oh,
power chairs just ramming. We'll put like
ramming.
full cattle gates on them, We're gonna
I
take
love
over
your
some shit.
mind.
We can do it.
I love your mind. Oh my God, that's fantastic. I love it. Oh my God. I mean, oh geez, yes, I can see it now.
I mean, like, we are making some slow
Oh,
progressive changes, especially in the workforce. And, like, I do
yes.
think, especially like the neurodivergent folks who are out there, like, just changing the policies on things. And
Mhm. Mhm.
we're making small changes, but I don't know. I
Yes.
don't know if it's happening fast enough. I think maybe we need to get some tanks involved.
Yes. We need something. We need something. I don't even know what the heck it is
Yeah.
anymore, but we're gonna get
Shout out
there.
to anyone who has access to
I'm
The
dying.
downside is that most of us are also immunocompromised and don't want to be in big groups. And or just like neurodivergent and not able to deal with the noise. So
Oh God. Oh my God. We might be in tiny, small little groups. You know what I'm saying? Like, you stay there, okay, but we'll be
yeah,
here, but we'll be close, and I'll see you over there. Okay.
yeah.
Oh God, that's
That's
awesome. Oh my God.
hilarious. I,
Mm. You
love the
gotta find your
idea of
humor.
it.
Yeah, you gotta find humor. That's
If
another
you
thing
don't
that gets
laugh,
you.
you're gonna cry.
You're right,
That has
exactly.
been 100% my policy since
Yeah,
anything has gotten more like worse for me. That if I don't
right.
joke about it, I'm gonna cry about it.
I know. Oh
Most
God.
of the healthy people don't seem to appreciate my jokes, but I always
Yes.
know that I have found my people when I start making those dark
Yeah.
jokes and they're like, "Yes!"
Oh my god, that is yeah, I love dark humor. I can't
It
you
gets us
got to
through.
because, oh, like, e hello? How are you gonna get through? No, it's part of it, you got to. It's just it's
Yeah.
funny. Sorry, it's funny.
Sorry, not sorry.
That's right. Sorry, not sorry. I love it. See, we find our way. We find our laughter, our little bits of
Yeah.
happiness, our creative side
Yeah.
because we're still people. Funny thing.
We're damn resilient people too.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we persevere. We
Yeah.
persevere. And that's a lot of
By
strength.
far the strongest community I have ever connected with
Yeah. Yes, me too.
and
Me
the most
too.
determined.
And courageous.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
because to be able to talk about things that we go through that are so personal
Yeah.
and put it out there to be judged, to for people to whatever, that takes a lot.
Huge.
Yeah.
And, like, personally, I am so grateful, for the people who have put their stories out there. That's honestly, like, how I have found most of my answers. Like,
Yeah.
have a very love-hate relationship with social media because,
Me too.
like, yeah,
Sure.
social media is like, it's problem. It's a
Yeah.
problem for
Yeah.
sure.
Sure.
However, without it, I never would have connected with so many
Me
people
eh,
who understood what I was going through, who
ex
recognized my symptoms, who pointed me in the right direction.
right. Right.
I found out more about me through other people on social sharing their stories than I
Yes.
ever could have from a doctor.
Yes, it's true. It is it's a balance of this and that, but,
Yeah.
I think you put into it what you're gonna get back, and I try
Yeah.
to ignore the things that are just not important to me because what's also really important for people that live with a chronic illness is to not have a negativity and that extra stress around you because it's not good for us, you
Which is
know?
super not easy these
No.
days,
It
especially.
it's not. So for us to have these connections and do that and just
Yeah,
concentrate and focus on what we need to that fills us up is the path that I'm gonna take anyway, and I've even had to, like, have people in my life that were in my life for a long time. I can't have them anymore. I can't have that, and that's
I've
okay.
lost so many people because they just couldn't
Me too.
understand.
Yeah.
But 100%, the best ones are the ones that have stuck around. They're the ones that I needed to be with. The
Right.
others didn't really matter because they weren't going to care.
No, no, exactly. When
And,
you
like,
sit
it's a
there
shame, such a
mhm.
bummer, but
Yep.
also,
Bye-bye.
I don't need that.
Right. Yeah,
I
yeah,
am hugely protective of my energy too. Like,
mhm, me too.
I only have a little bit.
Yep,
If
yep,
you get my energy, you gotta be special, you have to
yep,
know that.
right,
And, like,
exactly,
the friends that have stuck around are the ones who understood that, like, I'm not always going to be present, but I'm always going to be there for you,
right.
as long as we have this mutual understanding that that might not be physically and in person.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah, I absolutely agree. And it's a shame that things happen. You have to say goodbye to people, but at the same time, I am
yeah,
like, I'm not sad about it. No, I don't need you're telling me you're my friend, but then you're telling me I'm a weak person or whatever.
yeah.
Like, what? Like, no, I don't need
Yeah, you
that.
can't
I'd
tell
rather
me
be
you're my
alone.
friend and then also tell me that you don't believe me.
Right. Doesn't make
No.
it doesn't add up,
Yeah.
when support you, support you, support you. Um,
And honestly, friends or family, like,
right. Oh,
I
same.
don't discriminate anymore, like, family is important to me
Sure,
100%, but if
absolutely.
you're not going to be a good person for me, I don't care what your relation to me is, but bye.
I'm the same. I am absolutely the
I don't
same,
need
and
that.
that's okay. That's okay because I wanna fill my life up with people that support, that love,
Yeah,
that understand, and that's okay if it's only 2 or 3 people. I'm good
and my
with that.
dog.
And my dog and my cat. I am totally good. Absolutely,
Yeah,
yeah.
as long as we have our pets, right? We're probably gonna
Oh, I don't we're gonna not we will be okay. We will be okay.
hey, that's
Absolutely.
not
Oh, yeah, they're so
he's
important. That's another therapy. Oh,
laying in the background there.
oh, yes, it's so
He's
sweet.
slightly upset at me because I locked him in here, but if I don't lock him in here with me, then he will be upset at me for locking him out.
Right. I can't win. I
I
love it.
wish.
Oh, I know, that's so special.
Oh, I know, they're so important. Carla, thank you so
Oh,
much for coming and talking to me today and sharing your story and for being such a huge advocate for people
oh,
with chronic illness because we need people to be able to talk about this. And like it is hard to talk about. And not everybody can do that, which is totally okay. But if you have the strength and capacity to be an advocate, like cheers to you. I love it. I so appreciate it. Can
oh, thank you.
you tell me, other than on the directory, where people can find you?
Yeah, really easy, carlafairchild.com. And I'm also on
Awesome.
TikTok as well. So yeah,
Love
yeah,
it.
that's where you can find me. And thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I had an amazing time and we are not alone. We are stronger
Yes.
together.
Yes.
Yeah,
We'll have to do this again possibly sometime soon.
would love
If
it.
anybody else ever wants to come and talk and tell their stories with their chronic illness, their neurodivergence, and building their little cozy businesses, please let me know. All of those links are down below. Carla, thank you again so much. See you
Thank
all
you.
next
All
week.
right. Sounds good. Bye.